Hey, what's going on there, everyone? Just want to make a video on Moore's Law is dead. MLID. I don't know what is going on with this guy, but he's been singing the same tune since 2022 about how Intel Arc is dead. He's just he has this he has this hard on for Intel Arc being canceled, and he just keeps trying to hammer in that point. It's become a meme. Even his audience is starting to get sick of it. Even his viewers are starting to get sick of it because, listen, I'm not subscribed to this guy, but his videos do come up in the algorithm. Um, and I watch them. I watch them not because they're insightful, not because they provide any data. It's just entertaining. I mean, sometimes it could be like insightful, but I don't know what it is. But he hates Intel Arc, and he'll make comments here and there like, "Oh yeah, I don't really want Intel Arc to fail. I don't hate Intel Arc." But if you watch his videos, and if you've been watching his videos specifically where he talks about Intel Arc, he wants Intel Arc to fail. And listen, man, Moore's law is dead, and so is your credibility, man. In this like ever churning ecosystem of just like tech commentary, Moore's law is dead. Has positioned himself as this self-proclaimed oracle of silicon. Um, But if you actually peel back the layers of his quote unquote exclusive leaks and quote unquote insider analysis, and what you're left with is just like a cocktail mix of like speculation, bias, and just like performative outrage. It just served in like a YouTube thumbnail. You know what I mean? Um, so his entire brand is built on the illusion of access. I have these sources close to the matter. That's his bread and butter. You know, Yet these sources remain conveniently unverifiable. So like when one of his predictions hits, he's a visionary. When it misses, oh, it's the fault of the shifting roadmaps. The corporate deception or the quote unquote plans that change. So it's a no risk game of tech clairvoyance. He has no accountability. His his accountability is optional, and he's just like a and revisionist history is just part of his content strategy. You know what I mean? His videos really feel like a dramatic monologues delivered from like a bunker, but he's like in his attic. You know, Equal parts tech analysis and doomsday prophecy. Intel Arc is finished. Intel Arc is canceled. Intel Arc is effectively canceled. It's just the familiar cadence, breathless delivery, vague threats to the status quo, and just like a constant reminder that mainstream media won't tell you this. It's not journalism, man. It's cosplay. This guy's a cosplayer, man. Um, but yeah, he just biased, man. And his bias, it's not just like noticeable, it's it's foundational. Intel is the villain, AMD, is the misunderstood genius, and Nvidia is just like a wild card depending on the week's narrative arc, you know? And it isn't like nuanced critique. It's just I don't know, man, just like gang warfare dressed up as an analysis. His takes are less about performance metrics. He doesn't show you any metrics, benchmarks, numbers, data. He's not useful, and it's more about like personal vendettas, right? who has ever made a purchase decision based on what information Moore's law is dead provided them, right? You know, and the irony of all of this, he accuses others of being corporate shills while parroting talking points that sound like they were from AMD's PR deck. You know, it's not that he's wrong to criticize Intel's missteps. I'm not saying that. It's that he does so with subtle, like, just it's like a Reddit rage post. You know what I mean? Um, like a subtle Reddit rage post. And for someone who critiques billion-dollar tech companies, I mean, look at his production. I mean, look at my production. It's horrible, but I'm not like a tech YouTuber. I don't, I'm just a guy that presses record on OBS. I don't even know how to edit videos properly. But his own production quality is just laughably low. Um, Audio is inconsistent. Uh, and by the way, my audio is horrible. I use Apple wired earbuds to record. But this guy, his visuals are outdated. He's sitting in the attic, and it's funny. Like he presses like a click button to turn on, like if he's talking about AMD, he'll press a button to turn on like the red AMD Radeon, AMD colors in the background. Talks about Intel, switches to the blue. I mean, that's kind of cool, but it's still corny, man. You know what I mean? But the editing of his videos looks like it's done in a BIOS update. But yeah, his branding just lacks cohesion, man. His thumbnails are cluttered. His delivery is just it often veers into rant territory. You know what I mean? Um, if you're gonna call out the lack of polish in corporate marketing, maybe don't do it from a setup, that looks like you're in like a eBay returns warehouse or something. But yeah, in his community, listen, man, Moore's Law is Dead is a perfect example where anybody can be a YouTuber. Honestly, anybody can be a YouTuber. Um, his community thrives on just confirmation bias. That's just what it is. If you disagree with his take, you're a shill. You ask for a source. Oh, you don't understand how leaks work. It's just a closed loop of tech tribalism, man. Where like dissent is like punished and skepticism is just framed as ignorance, man. And yeah, and you'll see if you comment in one of his videos disagreeing with him or going against asking him like disagreeing with his take or asking for a source, his community will be quick to jump on your comments and just defend him with honor. So yeah, the community section is just reads like a support group for people that think, oh, Linus Tech Tips is too diplomatic. It's not a forum for like discussion. You can't go in like in his comments and discuss things. It's just like a feedback loop for outrage, man. So yeah, man. Pretty much, Moore's law isn't dead, but critical thinking might be honestly. And he's just I don't blame him. I'll say it again because he's just a symptom of like a larger problem, man. In tech media, it's the it's the rise of like personality driven commentary, right? That just prioritizes engagement over accuracy. That's why I say anybody can be a YouTuber, man. Even a tech YouTuber, anybody can be it. He's not a journalist. You don't go to him for like verified facts or proof things. He's just like a performer. So you know his theatrics are there. They like entertain. They don't. They rarely inform, man. And I don't know, man. I don't think people should be looking at MLI. Not just him. Not just pointing the fingers at him. I know this entire video is about him, but it's not just really about him. It boils down to just like I don't know. If you want real analysis, you look elsewhere. If you want drama and controversy, that's where he delivers that. So just don't mistake the noise for like for signal, right? And that's all I gotta say, man. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video to speak on that. But yeah, he has 200 over 200,000 subscribers, man. He also has a Patreon where people pay him monthly. Honestly, he has a address, PO box address, uh, where people send him stuff, I guess. But yeah, it's crazy, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. Like I said, anybody can be a YouTuber. Just look at Moore's Law is dead. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know, and many others out there. But yeah, Intel Arc, he's been singing the same tune since 2022, saying how it's canceled. And in one of his latest videos, do you guys know what he said? He said Arc is canceled. His sources tell him that Celestial is canceled. That is the C series of GPUs. But then he goes on to say, oh, they might release a low end chip, like a C580. So which one is it, bro? Is Celestial canceled according to your sources, or do you not even trust your sources because you think that a Celestial, Intel C series CPU, C580 might get released? Which one is it? Which one is it, man? Because in one of his also previous videos, he said that Battle Mage is gonna be like just a mobile chip. There's not gonna be like a discrete graphics card, and he was wrong. And he's been wrong so many times. And not only that, but the community has found out that he deletes videos. He deletes videos quietly. Somebody even put together like an Excel sheet of all the times he's been wrong about things. Anyways, this is my 2 cents on Moore's Law is dead, man. Take care, everyone. I just want to make this video on a boring Saturday morning, just drinking my coffee. Take care, everyone. Peace out. It's TechWares. Oh yeah, today's September 20th, 2025. If I didn't say that earlier in the video.